Christmas Day. I guarantee you this, you will feel so much better, and you'll be glad you did. Come on, let's go to church on Christmas Day. Y'all know what, fellas? I'm really beginning to feel that, huh? Yeah. Will that work? Yeah, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna get up early myself.
Can we invite anybody to come?
Oh yeah, man. Whoever you wanna bring, Doc. It'll be all right. Yeah. Tell Aunt Mabel, Uncle Joe, Junebug, huh? Get them all out there. Bring them on to church on Christmas Day. Give God some praise. And then we can go and do all those other things we wanna do, huh? Yeah. Come on. Let's go to church.
Yeah, we're gonna hear some good singing.
That's right. Yeah. And also, we're gonna hear some good preaching.
Yes, sir. Let's go to church. You know, I like church myself. It's all right. Let's go to church. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's go to church.
Man, you know what I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna wear my new overcoat.
Yeah, wear that new overcoat, Doc.
Let's go.
That's all right, Doc. Let's go to church. Oh, we're gonna have a good time, man. Yes, let's go to church on Christmas Day. Bring all your children. Bring them on. Let's go to church.
Man, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah. Let's go to church. If you got company, bring your company with you.
Bring them on
Christmas Day. Little girls, let's go to church. Bring your doll, baby. Yeah. Let's go to church. That's all right. Let's go to church on Christmas Day. Hey. Don't forget Jolie. Bring Jolie. Let's go to church. But you better watch him, though. Let's go to church. He'll start shouting on you. Let's go to church on Christmas Day.
Looking at this generation, feeling hopeless. Looking across my shoulder, keep my eyes open, keep my mind focused. Ain't no hocus pocus, cause when it's all said and done, they will all know us. Trying to bring us down, keep us at our lowest. They thought you broke us, but you woke us. Be a leader, not a follower, modern day Moses. I'm the water to the seeds that become roses. Don't let no one put you down. Let me see you smile. Don't cry, daughter. It's okay to be back. Don't cry, baby. It's okay to be back. And get up, my son, nothing can hold you back. And don't cry, children. It's okay to be back. Shine, shine. You're beautiful inside. Yeah. Hey, rise up, hey. Don't you know you can fly? The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You men alike are speaking the truth. Just like a panther that's out on the loose, I stand with the people and fight for the youth. Don't let no one put you down. Let me see you smile. Let me see you smile. Don't cry, daughter. It's okay to be back. Don't cry, baby. It's okay to be back. Get up, my son, nothing can hold you back. And don't cry, children. It's okay to be back. Shine, shine. You're beautiful inside. Yes, you are. Rise up, don't you know you can fly? The world will judge you, but God knows your heart. They say they love you, but leave you in the dark. Child, when you fall down, you better get up. Go on, dust your crown. Victory is won. Don't cry, daughter. It's okay to be back. It's okay. Don't cry, baby. It's okay to be back. Get up, my son, nothing can hold you back.
Gospel 88.9 88.7 WEHA. It's more than music. It's ministry.
Port Republic, Atlantic City, and now on FM Translator 100.3 W262CF, Atlantic City, Pleasantville.
Yesha Ministries presents Jermaine Dolly and Friends. You Gotta Chill Concert Series. Friday, January 16th, 8 p.m. at the Lear Chorus Center. Featuring Kiara Shear, Zacardi Cortez, Leandria Johnson, Jonathan McReynolds, Kim Burrell, Tim Bowman Jr., and Philly's own Anton Milton, James Scott, and Buster Fields. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com, Philadelphia Hair Company, and OP Productions in Delaware. For more info, go to NRJPartners.com or BPShows.com.
Purchase your tickets through WeHaveGospel.com to receive a discount. The views and opinions expressed on the following show are not necessarily those of WEHA, Gospel 88.7 and 100.3 FM. We Have Gospel, Spread the Gospel Inc., or any of its sponsors. WEHA is a listener-supported radio station. To make a donation, call 609-641-8870. Visit our headquarters at 3 Canal Drive, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, 08234. Or log on to our website, wehavegospel.com.
We Have Gospel.
You know, this holiday season, it is my sincere desire that you have a chance to really understand the true meaning of Christmas. I myself, I wasn't
If you just tuned in, you're listening to In the Community with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and First Lady Parrish right here on your two-time Stellar Award-winning gospel radio station, WEHA Gospel, 88.7, 100.3 FM. We Have Gospel. We are live in the studio today, and I'm excited about our guests. Tell somebody to sign on, to click, share, and let them know that we're live in the studio and we got great information for them on today. I'm going to let you know exactly everything that is going on in the community. You know me and Lady Parrish, we take a lot of pride making sure that the public knows everything that is happening. So on the day, the Kenneth B. Hawkins Post 61, Atlantic City, New Jersey, at the New Hope Baptist Church, will be giving out free winter coats. And that is today, Saturday, December the 6th, 2025, from 10 a.m. until they are gone. So if anyone needs a brand new coat, you can just go on by New Hope Baptist Church. It's going to be in the parking lot, 704-706 Lexington Avenue in Atlantic City, New Jersey, between Delaware and New Jersey Avenue. You can call if you have questions, 609-703-2467, but there's really not a question. If you need a coat, to show up. Woo. All right. Also on today, Mays Landing Fire Department. Today is the day. Santa will be at the Mays Landing Fire Department from noon until 3 o'clock p.m. Come out and get a picture with Santa and a candy cane. They're going to have hot chocolate and cookies, as well as some coloring pages for the children. They look forward to seeing you there. All right, this event is reserved for the residents of Mays Landing and Mizpah only. All right, activities and refreshments available while supplies last. So that is today and the 20th from 12 to 3, and then on at the Mizpah Public Safety Building from tomorrow, December the 7th, and December the 14th. All right. Also in Mays Landing, Dickens of a Holiday Craft Fair. That's going to be over 100 vendors, and this is going to be on 40 Farragut Avenue in Mays Landing. Okay, and this is really, really nice. And there's going to be all kind of vendors on 2 floors. This is going to be held at the Atlantic City Free Public Library. Listen, I'm a little partial, but I feel, this is just me, that Mays Landing Library is the best library in this county. Okay, you got parking, it's clean, so listen, they're going to have the craft fair today, and I plan to stop by there and put my little smiling face there today and to support the vendors on today. All right, now coming up, there's a toy drive. Christmas, we will be presenting gifts to the children who attend North Main Street Elementary School in Pleasantville, New Jersey. Help us spread the love. Christmas, accepting donations through December the 14th, 2025. The drop-off location is WEHA radio station, 1425 North Main Street in Pleasantville. And this is something that the Hawks family, they do every year, and they've been doing this for several years now. It is amazing. No child leaves without a toy and a gift. So I think that is beautiful. If you want more information, you can call the radio stations between Monday and Friday. You can call it today, but I can't answer your question. Monday through Friday, 609-641-8870, extension 2. Also, WEHA is having a Christmas bazaar, and this is going to be held on December the 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Beacon Hall, 243 St. Louis Avenue in Egg Harbor City, New Jersey. And they're going to come out and support our local vendors for all kinds of goodies, toys, games, books, art, kids' t-shirts, custom crafts, custom t-shirts, handbags, jewelry, cosmetics. A nail technician will be on site. Food court, beautiful Christmas display, and photos by Jimmy Plummer. All right, and I believe that Jimmy is going to be there from 11 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. You can book it by calling the radio station, 609-641-8870, extension 2, or you can just walk in. All right, they're taking walk-ins, and they're going to also be selling dinners. They're taking orders for chicken wing dinners, and I have had their chicken wing dinners. It's not, the wingettes, okay. It's chicken wings, and they're pretty nice, a nice size. You will get 3 whole wings, mac and cheese, string beans, dinner roll, cake or pie, $15. You can pay in advance, or you can pay when you get there. $, you can cash app, $, we have gospel. All right. Also, I want you to know that the Westminster Christian Worship Center, we're coming up with our annual gospel Christmas concert. 2015 Morningside Avenue in Atlantic City, New Jersey is going to be next Saturday at 6 o'clock p.m. featuring the Witherspoon family. We will be singing on that day. We will be singing along with the recording artist Tracy Shy from Wilmington, Delaware, and the renowned Bishop Freddie Washington and the concert choir. He's currently in Switzerland, but he will be back. He is an international recording artist, and they're going to be there for us with our gospel concert. And we're going to have a wonderful time. This is a free event. It will be a free will offering. The doors will open probably around 5:30, and the concert will start promptly at 6 o'clock. So we're inviting you to come out. Also, Westminster Christian Worship Center food distribution, 2015 Morningside Avenue in Atlantic City. And we normally do it the 4th Wednesday, but this month we're doing it on the 17th. Because I want the volunteers to have time to be with their families. So we're doing it the week before. All right. It's client's choice. First come, first serve. While supplies last, bring your own reusable bags and or cart. All right. So it's free. Everything is free. We're going to be giving out diapers. Nothing costs anything. And this is a part of our outreach. And we really love doing this. Listen, we're not the only person that gives out food, but we're one. We're one of the ones. And so we invite you to come. And, as I say every week, you might not even need it, but you know someone who does. Tell them about it so they can come and be blessed on the 17th. Also, my last announcement before we start with our guests, There is going to be Reefs Across America, and that's going to be held on next Saturday at 12 o'clock. There's going to be a ceremony at the Vincent de Paul Church in Mays Landing. And after the ceremony, there will be wreaths placed on the graves of our veterans resting in local cemeteries, which will be Holy Cross. And it's going to be in Holy Cross. Lord have mercy. And all three cemeteries. And for the first time, Lincoln Cemetery will get some wreaths also. So I'm really proud about that. We worked hard with Peter Eschbach, to make sure that did happen. And so all three cemeteries will be getting wreaths on graves. And people say, why put a wreath? It's a waste of money and you could do other things with it. But I tell people, what a way to honor veterans, that have served our country. And we actually are living off we are the beneficiaries of their sacrifice. And so I'm really excited also because Lincoln Cemetery, they have graves pre the integration of the military in 1948. There are people out there from the Civil War, World War I, World War II, and what a way to remember them. I wasn't even born. Y'all know I wasn't born, okay? But it's just a way to honor those veterans out there. So I'm really excited. I'm very, 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 very excited about that. And that's going to be next week, and I'm looking forward to be there. I know it's supposed to be cold, but you know what? It is cold during this time. We live in an area where we have 4 seasons, and I kind of like that. It's not summer all year long. But when I need to get warm, I can get on a plane and go to Florida or go somewhere where it's hot. But we live in 4 seasons, so wrap up. It is extremely cold outside, and we want everybody to be safe and move forward. And for those also that were asking me or wanted to know, my swearing in will be on January the 5th. Because I was already in office, my term is up December 31st. So the swearing in for me will be on January the 5th at 6 o'clock. All right. And Tracy Thompson, Hamilton Township Committee woman Tracy Thompson, was sworn in on Monday. And that's because she took a seat, unexpired term. So she's already on. All right. So we're all on. And I want to thank everyone again. I just want to thank you. Now, I'm just so excited. We are live in the studio today. And we have 2 phenomenal women who are out there doing their thing and making a difference in our community. And that is in the person of Susan Long and Tamara Winbush. Did I say that right? Yes. Okay, Tamara Winbush. And they're out there doing some phenomenal things in our community. You know what? I tell everybody can do something. Everybody can't do the same thing, but everybody can do something. And if everybody does something, we make this our world to be a better place to live in, okay? So I'm excited about these 2 women. I going to introduce them. They're going to say something about themselves first, and then we'll go into the questions. So first, I'm going to have Tamara Winbush.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tamara Winbush, and you said you want me to say something about myself?
Yes, I do.
I am shy.
What?
Yes, I am shy.
Okay.
So I am a little nervous this morning, but I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay.
You're going to be fine.
I'll be fine.
Right. And you've been working in the community for a little while now.
A long time, yes.
Right. And sometimes people see people and they think they just appeared. No, you've been doing stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, you've been a shero that maybe people didn't know nothing about.
Yes.
So, we're glad that you took the time out to be on our show today.
Thank you for having me.
Right. And Susan Long. Now, we met at Heyday.
Yes.
A year ago. Yeah, doing the league. So. Yeah, doing the League of Municipalities. And I just happened to, I think you said, I didn't have nowhere to sit because it's like a little small coffee shop. You said, sit here. I was like, all right.
Come sit with us.
Come sit with us. And I did, and we had a wonderful conversation. Yes. All right, so I would like for you to say something about yourself.
Well, my name is Susan Long. people don't think I'm shy probably, but I'm shy too, at least when it comes to speaking, public speaking. But I'm excited to be here and talk about the great work that we're doing in the community.
With Angels in Motion.
Mm-hmm.
And you used to be at?
So I used to work for, I'm a social worker, and I worked for JFS for a few years, and I also worked for Hope One and Hope Exists Foundation. And the whole time I was doing Angels in Motion, it was an all volunteer organization for a really long time. So I was running that as a volunteer and then also working as a social worker in the community.
Now you're very modest. She's also an author.
Oh.
She wrote a book.
I'm in a chapter.
Oh, you wrote a chapter in a book.
It's coming out, I think, soon. I don't really know.
Right. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be out February or March or something. I think, I got a good memory. You thought I forgot that, right?
Yeah, they're putting it together. It's a recovery book, so it's the recovery stories. I'm in recovery from substance use and, mental health challenges and a bunch of other things. And so it's a doctor in Philadelphia. He's in recovery, and he got a grant to put together a recovery book. So it's all different stories, our own personal stories. And then it's going to be really great in the back. It'll have like a bunch of resources and information on substance use disorder and how people can get help and encouragement. And then all of the proceeds will go to NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So we're excited about that.
Well, thank you so much. And I can't wait for the book to come out. She has a phenomenal story. And to see where you are now, it's just amazing. And you're doing an amazing job. Along with all your volunteers, you're doing an amazing job. Both of you ladies. All right. So we're going to start with Miss Tamara Winbush, okay? And she has an organization called Little Acts of Kindness. Yes. All right. So how did Little Acts of Kindness start, and what is the core problem your organization is working to solve?
Well, Little Acts of Kindness started because a friend of mine, Kia, and I, we were out in the community doing things. We wanted to start an organization with a name, but we could not figure out a name. So that took years. We could not figure out a focus, which also took more years. So it took almost 10 years before we decided to just go ahead and put in the paperwork. I got a little impatient, so I did, and I just figured we would be Little Acts of Kindness. We would do little acts of kindness for everyone, no specific focus. We can focus on mentoring the youth as we've done, feeding the unhoused, clothing the unhoused like we've done, nurturing our elders, and, just all the things that we do, and not have to focus specifically on one thing.
Wow, that's good. That's good to know. And I didn't know that because we have, in Hamilton Township, we have like a few homeless people, right? And we have a process. You can call the non-emergency number of the police department, which is 609-625-2700, and a police car will come out and try to we partnered with Jewish Family Services and try to get the person some housing or get them off the street. And sometimes that's very difficult. Right. So I have one particular lady. She has all her bags. She's there, and I have a constituent that calls me every time that she's there, but they can't force her.
I met her.
Right, to go into. I bought her some coffee, but we can't force her to go. So just the mere fact that your organization is trying to help people off the street, that really is very heartwarming for me. And it's heartfelt because there's a lot of people who are struggling. And I tell people, thank God if you got your own home and everything is well, but everybody's not in the same place. So acts of kindness, kudos. All right, to you for that. So now we're going to move right on over here. So I'm interviewing both of them at the same time. All right, so this is not a challenge, but I got to make sure I'm going back and forth. So Susan, can you share with us what Angels in Motions is and the heart behind the work you do in Atlantic County?
Well, Angels in Motion started out as just a street outreach organization in Kensington. When a mother was looking for her son on the streets, and she used to go looking for him, and he was struggling with substance use disorder, and he was unhoused. And what had happened was she started bringing clothes and food and other things back for a lot of other people because there were so many people out there that needed love and kindness and support. And so I discovered the organization in 2015, and I was struggling with homelessness and substance use disorder and mental health and all this stuff for a long time, and I was just in early recovery, and I was so amazed by the work that was being done. I went to volunteer for them, so I said we have to bring this to Atlantic County, because I was giving out sandwiches, and me and some other people in recovery going out in the streets and just like trying to help people. So it kind of grew from there, giving out blessing bags, sandwiches, and it just started out with street outreach here, but it's grown over time because we saw a lot of gaps in the system and people needing help, especially with getting to treatment for substance use. So we started doing transportation and raising money to get lifts and Ubers, and then we would get people in treatment and they had nowhere to go. So we started raising money for sober living funding because we saw the importance of recovery housing, and then it kind of grew from there, and then started supporting the community in other ways, like the same thing, like little acts of kindness. Like, hey, let's do some stuff for the kids. Let's do stuff for the community. We started doing yoga classes recently in Pleasantville, and just bringing support to the community without charging anything. So it's grown over time, but behind the heart behind it is just really just loving each other and showing compassion, especially to those struggling.
Right, and for that mother to go out and look for her son, I know of someone who has done that. They go out looking for their child. Mm-hmm. And she came up with an idea to, while I'm helping my son, I'm going to help everybody else who's out there struggling. And that says a lot. And I understand her son passed away, the lady who started the program.
No.
That's not true.
No, some people thought that, but he's still here and he's doing pretty good.
Oh, he's doing good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Drew.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
he didn't pass away. He struggled for many years, but he didn't pass away.
He did not pass away, so he is alive.
But there's other, like if the when she started it, a lot of the other volunteers initially were mothers. There was a lot of women, and they were out on the streets, and some of them had lost their children. So they were like mothers that had lost their children and were in a lot of pain, and they found purpose through the organization. Or I lost a lot of loved ones too to overdose and substance use disorder. So there's a lot of purpose, and I turned a lot of my pain into purpose too. So there's certainly a lot of volunteers and moms who had lost their children for sure. That are involved in the organization. And then here, when we started the chapter here, Lisa B is a big part of Angels in Motion. And she came out in the streets and she did a lot of our outreaches, especially our Wednesday outreach that was running for a long time in Atlantic City. We used to do it in a parking lot. We would have hundreds of people in line. Lisa had lost her son to an overdose, and that's how she really got involved with coming out with us. And that I went to a fundraiser last night for the Matthew B. Memorial Fund, and she raises funds for individuals to get treatment services through that fund.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really something. Now, I saw on your Facebook post that Angels in Motion, with the help of the community, gave out 30,000 blessed bags.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's phenomenal.
We give out a lot of blessing bags.
Yeah.
Because we do, we drive around and give them out. We give them out at all of our outreaches. If we go to a community event, like we went to your event, we bring the blessing bags. So they're always going out, and they're important because they have resource lists in them. They have notes of encouragement in them. A lot of them are handmade, like kids will make them, but the resource list is really the important component in the blessing bags, because we try to fill it with crisis lines, treatment facilities, mental health services, different outreach days for other organizations. Just try to have it. If somebody picked it up, they could gather, family success centers, just try to get as much information as possible.
Wow, that's great. All right, so Tamara, can you push that mic a little closer to you?
Sure.
There you go. All right. I'm going to come back to you, and we want to talk about little acts of kindness. Could you walk us through your most impactful program or initiative?
Okay. Well, recently we were doing a program, we called it Healthy Habits, Healthy Plates. So God will give the push.
Right.
I never know why. I'm just obedient.
Right.
Okay. So we all get together. We set the program up. We went into different neighborhoods. Like we went to the library. We went to a multifamily low-income housing site, recreation center for summer camp, Stockton College, to sit with some students there. And the program consists of us teaching kitchen safety, teaching healthy foods and the nutrients that come with that, and how to prepare the healthy foods at a low cost fast. So we did the programs. It's a 4-week program. We go once a week. Everybody's happy. We're laughing. We're eating, enjoying this food that nobody thought would be good because it's all healthy items. Preparing it quick. And I'm like, okay, program's over. We've done all these different locations. It's done. Still don't know the why. Until they stop the threat to stop food stamps.
Right.
And government workers not receiving pay.
Wow.
So then that's when the revelation came. Because then I'm in panic. When I'm seeing that, I'm like, we got to go feed the people. We got to go feed the people. And God's like, relax.
Right. You're already doing it.
Your crew prepared everyone. You know, the people that you could reach, you prepared. Like, it's okay. And I was like, wow, that was like a praise moment for me. Because I'm like, oh, my goodness. I did not think that program was that at the time we were doing it.
Yeah, we were trying to do a program like that through the community food bank. Mm-hmm. And then with all the cuts, that stopped because I wanted people to know that when you get food at the food bank, which our food is real good too, people, if they've never seen it, they think they can't use it or it's going to be nasty. You know, I'm not supposed to say nasty, but they're going to think they don't like it. Right. You know, so to do that was something. So you showed them how to prepare it at a low cost.
Yes.
So what was that low cost? I just wanted to know.
The meals were like less than $5.
What?
Like we had got some donations of black beans.
Right.
So, and my friend Cynthia, who is also a part of Little Acts of Kindness, she's really good with that stuff. So we got all these beans. What are we gonna do? Oh, black bean burgers. We'll get some onions and some peppers and some rolls, and we'll add that. And and when I tell you those Stockton students put those black bean burgers in the air fryer, and we had a time.
What?
Yeah, yes, delicious.
Under $5.
Under $5.
I need to go to the class.
Under $5. Yes, yes. We're planning on bringing it back because so many people are asking for it.
Wow.
But yes, it was really nice.
And it was healthy because now you got protein.
Yep.
You know, and things like that, and you can eat healthy.
Yes.
A black bean burger.
A black bean burger.
Now, did it taste like meat?
Well, I don't eat meat.
No, neither does my grandson. He's
I don't
vegan.
eat meat, but then I'm like a little weird. I can't eat anything that also looks like meat.
Oh.
But I could smell it. I could smell the onions and peppers and the seasonings that they put on it, and they enjoyed it. And they're college students. They didn't want to eat it. You know what I mean? They were having fun making it. So we're like, okay, well, now it's time to taste what you made. Mm-hmm. And they were reluctant at first, but they enjoyed it.
Right. So that's not meat. So did you eat it?
No. It looked like a burger.
Oh, it looked like a burger.
I was
so
like,
you,
that looks like a burger to me. You know?
Oh,
so,
yes.
But yeah, no. So I didn't get to taste one, but everyone enjoyed it.
Wow. So, and how many of those classes did you do?
We started out at the Family Success Center on Melrose in Atlantic City. We did some families there. We did Pleasantville Library for a youth mentor group. We did Stockton. We did Summers Point Village. We had families come there. And am I leaving anything out?
Okay.
That's great.
That's great.
That's great.
And under $5.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, so that's good so people know how to stretch.
Yeah.
You know, stretch it. Okay. Now we're going to move right back over to Susan. All right, before the break. All right. And I'm going to ask you, what kinds of services and support does Angel Emotions provide to individuals and families in the community?
So we provide a lot of recovery support services, but we actually we opened our office in Pleasantville, I guess about a year ago, and so initially it was just going to be a clothing closet, and just like a potential drop-in center, but we were trying to figure it out because we were all volunteer and I work full-time, so we were like, how are you going to make this work? But it's a great like office space. So we were able to get volunteers together and figure it out and get some, like the one room is we have a clothing closet in there. We have full-size toiletries, trial-size toiletries. With the food insecurities, we started, like we have a little food pantry. So now we have food. People can come in for food bags. So a lot of times we're getting people, we serve anybody. You can come in without an ID. It doesn't matter, if you have money, if you don't have money, it's open for the community. So we have a lot of visitors that are coming in to get items, but we also have a lot of people that come in for resources. Like I said, I'm a social worker and I'm a licensed alcohol and drug counselor, so I have a lot of experience with the substance use disorder population and serving individuals that are unhoused and struggling with mental health. So people can come in and I can do intakes with them, or we have a couple staff members now. We were blessed to get a grant through the Atlantic County government through opioid settlement. So
I was just getting ready to ask you that question.
It's really amazing because we went from having running a volunteer organization and serving. We were serving thousands of people if you added them all up between the outreaches, because we're serving people on the streets, but then we're serving people in recovery homes. We're serving people in motels. So we're serving lots of different types of populations. So now we have a couple full-time staff members. So it's really amazing. So now we can really do the work and meet with people more. So people come in, we can link them to treatment. We provide a lot of transportation. I think so far this year, I don't even know, it was well over 1,000 rides. And that's rides to probation. We have a lot of people that are coming out of treatment and they have a lot of legal issues and they don't have a way to get to court.
Right.
A lot of them don't have an ID. They haven't been to a doctor in years. They haven't been to a dentist in years. So now we can really provide those wraparound services like, hey, let's get you reunified with your family. Maybe a lot of them haven't seen their kids in years. So we work really hard to get them connected to all different services, but also to recovery support. And if they need a ride to a 12-step meeting, try to have events for them too. So we try to do a lot of different things.
Keep that right there. We'll be right back. We get ready for a commercial break.
Ministries presents Jermaine Dolly and Friends. You Gotta Chill concert series. Friday, January 16th, 8 p.m. at the Leah Center. Featuring Kiara Shear, Zacardi Cortez, Leandria Johnson, Jonathan McReynolds, Kim Burrell, Tim Bowman Jr., and Philly's own Anton Milton, James Scott, and Buster Fields. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Philadelphia Hair Company and OP Productions in Delaware. For more info, go to NRJPartners.com or PPShows.com.
Purchase your tickets through WeHaveGospel.com to receive a discount.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the
Yesha Ministries presents Jermaine Dolly and Friends. You Gotta Chill concert series. Friday, January 16th, 8 p.m. at the Leah Center. Featuring Kiara Shear, Zacardi Cortez, Leandria Johnson, Jonathan McReynolds, Kim Burrell, Tim Bowman Jr., and Philly's own Anton Milton, James Scott, and Buster Fields. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Philadelphia Hair Company and OP Productions in Delaware. For more info, go to NRJPartners.com or PPShows.com.
Purchase your tickets through WeHaveGospel.com to receive a discount.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'll have a soft pretzel.
B, remember the moment with matching concert t-shirts.
That's gonna be $180.
Or we can just take a photo.
C, show her how you used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing.
I can't. It's too heavy. Oh my God.
Or D, just roll with it.
Woo! Justin! Look at us. We're over here.
Justin! OMG! He just looked. I love you, Justin. I love you.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health.
Westminster Christian Worship Center presents their Gospel Christmas Concert, December 13th, 2025 at 6 p.m., featuring Bishop Freddie Washington and recording artist Tracy Shy. That's December 13th, 2025, 6 p.m. at Westminster Christian Worship Center, 2015 Morningside Avenue, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Free will offering. Apostle Luke and Mother Juanita Witherspoon founders. Elder Marcus Witherspoon, Assistant Pastor. Dr. Thelma Witherspoon, Senior Pastor. Tune in to For the Lord is Kind radio show with John Howard Jr. every Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. right here on Gospel 88.7 and 100.3 FM WEHA. We have gospel.
Hey everybody, this is John Howard Jr. Be sure to join me every Wednesday on our show For the Lord is Kind right here on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM.
If you just tuned in, you're listening to In the Community with Dr. Thelma Witherspoon and First Lady Parrish right here on your two-time Stellar Award-winning gospel radio station, WEHA Gospel 88.7, 100.3 FM. We have gospel. This broadcast is being brought to you by the Hawks Family Businesses, who've been serving our community for over 40 years, and Beacon Hall, turning moments into memories. If you're looking for a place to have a birthday party, to have a bridal shower, to have a baby shower, anything you want to have, you can go to Beacon Hall. They have plenty of parking, a nice kitchen. It's a nice area. You can call 609-641-8870, extension 2. And before we go back in, always give a shout out to everybody that's tuned in to us today. Everybody doesn't always let me know you're there, but thank you for those who are still listening. We want to say good morning to Shepherd Mother Betsy Grayson. She's watching us today. Babs Dawn is watching us. Of course, my co-host Mary Parrish is watching us. Carolyn Barksdale says, thank you for all that you do in our community. And she said the black bean burgers is very delicious to her.
They are good. I've had them a couple times.
All right. And so Remnants of Grace Cathedral will be partnering with Angels in Motion and Little Acts of Kindness to donate blessing bags and winter hats and gloves. So that is very, very nice. Very, very nice. So we're going to go right back to our interview with Susan Long and Tamara Winbush. All right. And so I'm doing all this. I used to have a person to help me, and then I had to learn how to do it myself. But I'm cool. That's
how it goes.
That's how it goes. You start out and all that, and then you end up. It's all good. Susan, y'all also do something at Pastor Bartu's church, right? Is that you?
We do. Well, we host. We try to host collaborative events together. So we had a spring fling, like a bash, like a resource bash last spring. And then we had a summer event too. So I actually have to talk to him and talk about having like another event because they have a really great parking lot over there too. And they're up the street from us. So we do different things together.
Okay.
They're great. And they have that big food pantry.
Yeah, they do.
And they help us too. So like there's times where our one staff member, Nicole, will go over there and they'll give us stuff for our little pantry if they have extra cans. So we all kind of work together. But yeah, we like to have resource events together. We actually hosted our overdose awareness event there this year in the parking lot because our space has like a really good space for an event, but the parking is challenging over there.
Right.
So over at Pastor Batu's church too, there's a lot of like people might be driving by or walking by. They can say, "Hey, what's going on over there?"
Yeah.
So we like to plan events together that helps the community.
And I think his church name is Christ Center Worship Center.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let me flip back over to Tamara Winbush. Can you share a recent success story?
Yes. So. We partnered with Beacon of Hope to do an event. This was before the one that you helped with, the multicultural event. We went and did cookouts this summer, like some with the elderly in different places. So we did a cookout over there at Beacon of Hope for the unhoused. So I'm like, all right, we'll prepare for about 100, maybe 100 people will come by. We had hot dogs, hamburgers, potato salad,
Right.
cookout food, music.
Right.
And some like toiletries and clothes and things like that. So we're out there, we're just serving. And then one of the ladies came outside and she's like, Tamara, can I talk to you? I said, yes. She said, this has never happened before. And I'm like, what? We come here and feed all the time. We know you have other people come and feed. She said, no, we've never had someone come and feed this many people. I said, well, how many people did we feed? Because mind you, I probably prepared for like 100, 150 maybe.
Right.
She said, I stopped counting at 300.
Wow.
I bust out into tears, and I'm not a crier, at least
Right.
not in front of people anyway.
Right.
I mean the ugly cry, where I couldn't talk.
Was you boo-hooing and all?
Boo-hooing.
Wow.
Boo-hooing in front of everybody that was out there. So then I go run off around the corner to go get myself together, but I just could not believe it. I could not believe it. So I was very, very pleased. I don't know how we did it. I don't know where the food came from because it's not what I bought with me because, I did not plan for 300 plus people. So that moment right there was one for me.
So you had the 2 fish, 5 loaves of bread.
Yes, that. And I say that all the time. Yes, that.
Yeah, wow. So and the people just show you, and it shows you that there's a need.
Yes.
Sometimes we can get caught in our own bubble, our own world, and we don't know anything going on outside what we do. But there's always someone that can need a little hand up.
Right.
So that was wonderful. That is a success story.
Yeah, but
and
I'm
you fed all the people.
Goals for me though. You're talking about 30,000 blessing bags. I'm trying. You are goals for me.
It started out as just like a couple in my living room. I used to even go over. I don't know if you know Sister Patty at Adelaide's place, but she's one of my.
I know Sister Patty.
She's one of my heroes. So I used to go over to her office, and she helped me so much with like rebuilding my life. And then I would volunteer there. But I would be like, Sister Patty, can I borrow 8 deodorants? So I can make 10 bags, toiletry bags. So it started out very, very, very small and just trying to get like a couple bags made to take out. So it's grown over time. But
yeah. And Sister Patty, she's a quiet shero too.
She's yes.
Yeah, and and I've had her on my show, but it was a long time ago because I thought I knew everything going on in Lane County, and I didn't know that. And she has that house where women can come. They can wash their clothes, they can read a book, it's just a nice, safe environment.
So special. And a lot of people don't know about it because of the safety of the women. So there's no sign outside or anything. The Adelaide's place is there if you walked by, but a lot of like the social workers or people in the streets know about it. But she is my hero. Yes, it's a really. Have you met her? No. You have to go.
You got to meet her.
We'll go over it together. You'll love it. It's a safe place for women to go during the day in Atlantic City. Yeah, they can wash their clothes. They have like meals together, and it's very, very special.
Right, and very, very intimate. Like So I was over there too, touring and seeing what was available. So you know where to tell people to go because it's all about knowing resources and where to put the people. So okay, now I got to switch back over, and so now we're going to Susan. Can you tell us about your street outreach? Well, we talked about the blessing bags you distribute, and why these efforts are so important to the people in our community.
Like you were saying, there's such a need, there's such a need for the street outreach. We go out into Atlantic City the 3rd Saturday of the month every month. We've been doing that for years. Like we set up in a park and we serve, and I stop counting sometimes. Like it's always at least 100 people, but we do haircuts, which I think is really important.
That is important.
I think we did like 70 haircuts last week and last month. And that's really important because a lot of people like the difference and like feeling like that you're like boosting their self-esteem and their self-worth. So we do haircuts on the streets, and we get a lot of Narcan out, which is really important to help prevent overdoses. And just getting the resources, but not only that, just like showing people that we care and we love them. We served on Thanksgiving over at Beacon of Hope Shelter, and I was crying just, and I sat and I looked around, and we served so many people, and we had it decorated for Thanksgiving, and it was so beautiful, and all of the people that cooked and all of the people that showed up, and I would just sit and spend time with people and eat meals with them, and they were so grateful, you know.
Right.
And some live in some aren't unhoused,
Right.
and that's how Sister Jean's used to be years ago.
Right.
Everybody thought it was all unhoused people.
No.
And there are people that just like live in you know, in rooming houses, or they just want to get out and socialize. Like this, just being together in the community and spending time together is so important, and having conversations with people because a lot of the people on the streets, I know when I was in the streets, people were so mean.
True.
You know, people could be so mean, some of the stuff that they said to me, or even just, I still remember the looks of disgust to get from people and how that felt. So I think it's so important to go out and meet people exactly where they are, and show them like, hey, you're important. Hey, we see you. You know, we care about you. Because it's really hard at that point to like, especially if you're struggling too with substance use disorder, and like you're in alleys and you feel so alone.
Right.
It's really, and if you're so disconnected from family or from any, you know, a lot of people don't have family. You know, I learned that too a lot, like volunteering at Adelaide's place. There's a lot of people that grew up in the system or grew up in foster homes, and then at 18 years old, they ended up on the streets. So there's a lot of people that don't have support.
Right.
So I think it's important to be the support for the people and say, hey, we can help you look for resources, or we can help get you into a program, because it's really hard to be laying in an alley and say, hey, I'm ready. Like, where do you go?
Right.
You know, like there's not a lot of places to go. I think that's why it's really important. We should have a day center at some point again in Atlantic City. There was a Turning Point Day Center, and that was a great place because it was a place for people to go, like Adelaide's, you know, to go and ask for help, or go and get a meal, use the bathroom, get treated with compassion and love. And so I think places like that are really important. And that's why we opened up the one in the Pleasantville, our office, so people can come in and get, you know, if they can make it there. That's another thing too. It's hard to get to places. So I think street outreach is really important. I know when I was on the streets in Vegas, and I ended up all the way across the country running for myself. And I actually had my ex-husband come and find me.
Really?
And I would never have made it out of there alive. Like, he flew out, and on the streets, he hung up my picture in like 7-Elevens and carried it around, and he found me.
Wow.
And if he didn't come and find me, I was so in such a dark place and like struggling really bad with substance use, and I was really, you know, eating out of dumpsters, and I was in bad shape. And so I would never have made it out of there alive if somebody didn't come find me. So I know the importance of it.
So you know the importance of people caring. And the other thing that I was so glad that you said, sometimes people are working and they're struggling and they need a meal. You know, they don't have enough money. It's expensive. I tell people, if you live in New Jersey, you want to live here. It's very expensive to live here. And one thing can happen and turn your whole world upside down, you know, and you just never know. But to be able to get a meal, I'm on Sister Jean's kitchen board. I've been on there since January, you know, so I'm trying to expand. I'm saying, Thelma, you just keep adding stuff, you know, to what you're doing.
I get it. Yeah.
But it's important to meet people where they are, you know, and I think and show love and kindness. I tell people all the time, you may not have it something when somebody asks you for a coin or something to eat, but you don't have to be nasty.
Right.
You can say, I don't have it, you know, and then if you do, you want to do it, you can, you know, but you don't have to be nasty, because love and kindness goes a long ways. And I'm glad that your ex-husband found you. You're remarried now.
Yes.
Right? Because I saw you in the pictures. And you look very happy.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm really happy for you. So now we're going to move back to Tamara. All right. We're going back to you. What is the single biggest operational or resource challenge the organization faces today, Acts of Kindness?
Funds.
Funds, that's true.
Yeah, like I hear other organizations, they receive grants and
Right.
things like that. Where are the grant writers? Where are they? Because I need one. Or some, or I don't know, you know.
There, I know some.
You know some? Okay.
I'm going to help you with something
Please,
after this.
I need some
Thank
too.
you.
There's something,
Thank you.
Yeah,
I need some for
there's
my
something
food.
brewing right now. I can talk to you about it.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear about that too.
Because a lot of it was coming, you know, out of pocket, and then I'm like, okay, you gotta stop, and then we have some people that are very faithful, and I'm very grateful for them, sending cash apps to Little Acts of Kindness on a monthly basis, keeping us rolling. I mean, and don't get me wrong, because when the vision comes, God does provide. So
Right.
I can't say that he does not.
Right.
But I would like goals. I told you, like, everything that you have going on, I love it. Like, I hope to see us there one day. So
You will be. Right. So, it's 501c3. You can get a lot of donations, to help out to in what you do. I enjoy doing my food distribution because I was once in the line. Yeah. Okay. And people treated me mean. It took a lot for me to even go to ask for help. Wow. And then for people, I'm not going to call some organizations out, but you got to fill out 100 pieces of paper to get a chicken and a box of macaroni and 2 cans. I'm exaggerating. I'm using hyperbole. Right? But what I'm saying is a bag. Yeah. You got to give your whole life story to get a bag. And I said, God, if you ever, and then I have one other thing, and then we're going to go right back to y'all. We only got 10 minutes, right? When I went through a divorce over 30 years ago, and I went to a public agency to get some help, all right? And it took a lot for me to walk in there. It took everything that I had to go to the county to get some help. And I hope everything has changed. But at that particular time, the woman was so mean to me. She made me repeat my story 25 times. And the only reason why I know is because I counted them. Wow. Right? And I only needed a little help. I needed a little help with my gas. I didn't need a lot because I never qualified for nothing anyway. I was always $1 too much. All right? So, and I almost spit in her face, but I knew I couldn't. Right. Because if I did, then my daughter wouldn't have anybody, right? And I said, God, if you ever put me in position, I would never treat nobody the way I was treated. And so when I do the food distribution, it's coming from a heart of compassion, because sometimes people only need a little bit. They don't need a lot. And anybody that's mean to the people, they got to go.
Right.
Yeah, we do training. We do training, because sometimes the customers can be a little, out of hand. They can get out of hand sometimes. But we still want to be professional. And I wanted to share that story because people look at you where you are, but they don't know where you've been and why you do this stuff. It's important that I don't have old cans bent over or stuff that's past the date. I don't want to give nobody to give me that, So you have to do everything with love. Okay, so I didn't. This is y'all's interview. Okay, but I wanted to share that story.
I had a very similar experience, and that's part of the reason I ended up being a social worker, because I had a really bad experience, and I was in tears.
Right.
I was treated horribly, but then luckily I was sent to a different department where I was treated with love and compassion.
Right.
And that's how I became a social worker, because I said, what do you do? Because this lady was so nice to me. And I was always a bartender. That's what I did, for many years, And she said, I'm a social worker. And I said, I'm going to do what you do. Aww. I did. Yeah. Her name was Sandra Dublinsky.
Wow.
And I ended up doing it. She's like, let's get you into treatment right now, but I was motivated. And that's how I learned resources, too. But I had a really bad experience. And I ended up working in the same building because I said, I'm going to come back down here and work here.
I know that's right.
Wow.
I know that's
you don't know
right.
anybody's story, and especially if there's one, even if it's like the Atlantic County Board of Social Services, some people might walk from Hamilton. I don't know. That's the only place to go to get services.
Right.
So we don't know their story, and then getting there and how they got there, and then to be turned away or to not be treated with compassion, they might not ever come back again, and we don't know what's going to happen when they walk out that door too.
Right.
You never know what's going to happen. So it's really important to be nice to people.
Yeah, because I tear up when I talk about that, and that was over 30-some years ago. Yeah. But I remember it like it happened yesterday, and that's the reason why I say everything that I do, I do it from. Of course, everybody knows I'm a Christian, but I do it from my heart because of where I've been. My mom always has a saying, you know where you've been, but you don't know where you're going. You all right? So just a couple more. Listen, oh my goodness, we only got a few minutes here. And this is getting so great. So right quick, how can the community help you, Susan, get involved or support Hope for the Holidays and Angels Emotions throughout the year? Give me about a minute.
So Hope for the Holidays, I don't know how many years we've been doing it now, but it's growing and it's amazing. It is December 13th at Browns Park. It's from 12 to 2. For community members to come. Santa Claus will be there. The kids will get toys. There's hot chocolate. There's cookies. There's a DJ. There's hot meals to go. If anybody wants to come and volunteer, they can actually go onto the Leadership Studios website, and there'll be a whole section on Hope for the Holidays. We even have a wrapping party the day before, December 12th, at ACCC in Mays Landing. We have tons of toy boxes out in the community, so you can see a list of where the toy boxes are if anybody wants to donate toys. But we could use lots of volunteers at the wrapping party. It starts at 6:30. But I believe you can sign up to volunteer as early as 5:30 because there's a whole thing with separating these toys and getting them into wrapping sections, and we'll have food there too for the volunteers. And then the day of, it starts at 12, but I think we have volunteers coming as early as 9:30 because we have to get all the toys over to the park and have to set up, and it's a beautiful event. Your heart will be bursting with joy with all the kids coming and getting, we have stocking stuffers, I believe, stockings. I think we have pictures and arts and crafts and stuff like that. It's a really, really nice event for the community.
Okay. Tamara, for someone who is passionate about a cause and considering starting their own nonprofit, what is the piece of advice you would offer?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Even if you feel like it's a small, something small that won't help a lot of people, just do it. Just start, and God will provide.
Just do it.
Get the vision, go with it.
Yeah.
The people that you need, the resources you need, the funds that you need will come.
Yep. That is the very truth.
It is.
That is the truth.
It is, and that's what I always do. Like I'll think of something, or I'll get a vision of something. I'm like, yeah, no. And then I get the push, and I'm like, okay, I got you. And I'll go, this is what we're doing. And people come from, people I wouldn't imagine reach out to me.
Right.
And give what I wouldn't imagine them giving. Yep. So it'll work out.
It'll work out.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Just do it.
All right.
Just
Stop talking
Even
about
if
it.
it's a sandwich. Just take your sandwich over to the bus station. If that's, you know what I mean? It'll grow.
But I will tell you, if you take sandwiches, one of my friends was feeding the homeless under the boardwalk, and the homeless told her to bring them peanut butter and jelly. They did appreciate, the meat from Castle's, the sandwiches from Castle's, mm-hmm. but it didn't hold them. Mm-hmm. But if you want to do something, give them peanut butter and jelly, mm-hmm. and that they said they get protein, yes. and it sticks with them for a little time.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what they told me. All right. Now, what would you like to leave with my listening audience? I'll start with you and then end with you. We got about a minute.
Okay. Our holiday toy drive, we have an Amazon wish list on our Facebook page and our Instagram page. We're trying to sponsor 7 families. Normally what we do is we dress up like elves or reindeer, and we go and deliver the gifts to the homes of the families we sponsor. This year we are doing a Christmas party for them, a dinner at the Pleasantville Recreation Center on December the 23rd at 5 p.m. So if you want to help serve those families, you're more than welcome to come out. But yes, our Amazon wish list is on our Facebook and Instagram page.
And what is your Facebook?
Facebook is LAOK Mission, or if you put in Little Acts of Kindness, it'll come up.
Okay. Susan, what would you like to leave? You got a minute.
Well, I think that we can just stick with saying that it's important that kindness matters. I really think that's important. And I like what you said about, I think it's the Mother Teresa quote, if you can't feed 100 people, just feed one.
Right.
I always love that because it's really important, because sometimes people feel like I can't.
Right.
I can't do all that, or I can't do this, but you can do something.
Correct.
and even what you said, if you can't give somebody something, just smile. If you smile at somebody or even say hello, mm-hmm. it really goes a long way, especially the people really struggling, because a lot of times people they look the other way.
Right.
And it's really hard when you feel invisible, and that's what some people feel like they're like not even in there, like they're not a part of the community. So I think kindness really matters.
Kindness matters.
It does.
Yes, it does.
You can do acts of kindness, and I like that. If you can't feed the whole world, feed one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you just can't do something, I was telling people when we was trying to raise the money for the reefs, if you can't buy a bunch of reefs, buy one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Everything helps.
Yes.
Listen, I want to thank both of you ladies for being a part of our show. Still on today, and you are phenomenal women. Listen, if people want to reach out to you, how do they contact you? Through Facebook?
Facebook is fine, yes.
And how do they contact you?
They can contact me on Facebook. We have Facebook page is Angels in Motion Atlantic County. That's like our main Facebook page. They can message us on there. It'll come to me.
All right. Did you enjoy